What's up, y'all? You know who it is by now. Look, I posted a LinkedIn article the other day, and I wanted to make a quick video about it. Just a quick, 5-minute video, hopefully, about who I am, how I came to be who I am, and just a little bit of background about me. So my dad is from India, my mom is from Pakistan. My dad had a rough childhood growing up. Not saying that my mom did not, but I know more about my dad. His older brother, who was a breadwinner of his family, actually passed when he was a very young age. So from when he was just about to finish high school, maybe a little bit into college, he actually had to stop going to school, and he's strictly on, being a breadwinner. He's worked with his uncle a lot, just trying to earn money. He's been hurt by a bunch of people who worked very closely with him. But all of his knowledge is through practical use versus sitting in a classroom and learning about it. His sales pitches, his product knowledge, his supply inventory handling, everything all the way from the top to the bottom of how to run a business is through practical knowledge. So, it's amazing the story that he's come through, because we hear a lot of the immigrant stories about, oh, I had to go through this just to get to school. I had to go through this in my childhood. And it's a very real story, because I went back to India with the family, and, we saw what he was living in, where he lived, and things of that nature. We saw family members that, vouched on every story. It was amazing. It was a very humbling experience. So, all of his knowledge is practical. And then he met mom, and then both of them came here for, American opportunities are a lot greater here than anywhere else in the world, which is true. But, so they both came here sometimes, I think somewhere in the 80s, I believe, something like that. And my dad, bounced from job to job. He was a technician by trade. He was a businessman and a technician by trade. Mom was a nurse because she studied at AKF, I believe, in Pakistan, Karachi, Pakistan. So she had the knowledge. She was a nurse from when they got here all the way up until I was born. So my dad jumped from business to business. He had a little bit of a jewelry business for a while. He had, his technician business. We had, ever since I was born, we went through a couple of different businesses. We had an auto dealership. We had a refrigeration business, which is still going on today. We had just so many businesses. I can't even count them anymore. And it's ridiculous that this journey that we've been through, because my house is as old as I am. And I've seen my dad go through a lot of struggles, a lot of good times. And the whole article itself that I wrote on LinkedIn was just explaining the life story of my dad. Refrigeration was where we landed on currently. It's been the longest standing business that we're in, because it's his bread and butter, because he's a technician himself, so he understands the ins and outs of everything that's there, right? So but refrigeration businesses and being a technician takes a toll on somebody, especially if you're not able to work hands-on anymore. So the company's been through a lot. We were in Norcross for a while, had to upgrade, hired somebody, can't name him by name because I'm not petty anymore. But so we trained him in the ways of the business, how to run the business, how to talk to people, how to land clients, who our people are that we order from, because we trusted this guy. And what happened at the end was, when we moved, he ended up leaving the business, which is normal, because if we moved far away, he won't be able to join anymore. But what he did on the back end is the screwed up part, that he took our contacts and he started his own business, refrigeration business, and is now screwing us over, because he took all of our old clients. He's slowly taking all of our old clients. So this is taking a toll on the whole business, my dad especially, because he's the face of the company. So every decision that's been made, he takes upon himself, even if it wasn't his decision that he made. So I believe that's a very immigrant thing to do, just to, if you fail at something, you failed at something, right? Even if it wasn't your fault and the business fails, it's on their shoulders, especially the father's shoulders, because in our immigrant lifestyle, you know, it's the father's role to be the breadwinner, right? So it's a very immigrant thing to say, but that's how the immigrant's mindset is. So that's why I titled it The Immigrant's Life, because of how it's taken a toll, the immigrant story that you get to when you come to America. And it's shaped who I am because of people learn better when they're shown versus what they're just told. So I see my dad going through the struggle, I see what's going on, and it's been pushing me, it's given me that mentality as well, that everything is my fault because I can control everything, or I can control as much as I can control, but everything that happens in my life is my fault. And as soon as you accept that fact in your life, life is great, because you're in control of everything at that point, and you can control how you react. But like, it's driven me in a way that I didn't expect beforehand, because in the beginning I was a very big computer nerd as well as a football nerd. It's not really a football nerd, football jock, I'll say that. I was a jock when I was a kid, all the way up to senior year in high school, and it was great. I thought I was gonna go big in football, but sadly that didn't work out, so now I have to focus a lot in my businesses, and I've started about 2 or 3 different businesses. But it's pushing me to be that person for my parents, that one day I want to be able to say, you can stop working, and because you made an ATM out of your son, you can stop working and actually enjoy life again. Because it's a struggle, right? They go through a lot, they have to put so much on them, they still try and be there for you and enjoy life with you, but you can tell it takes a toll on them. So that's why it's called The Immigrant's Life, or The Immigrant's Kid, because I can't speak on my sister's behalf. She's older than me by about 4.5 years. I can't speak on her behalf. I named it The Immigrant's Kid, and that's just a little bit, that's my background in this in this world. That's my background. So that was just a quick 7-minute introduction to me and who I am. I made one earlier, but you know what, that one was kind of shitty, but so are going to be a lot of my posts, because first of all, I also shoot from my car a lot because I just keep traveling a lot. So you know what, I make videos when I can. So thank you for listening. If you've stayed all the way through, I hope you have a great day, and you know what, have a happy holidays.